Hello students, today I am going to make a video on the chapter Endocrine System for Standard 10, and this is the first video for the second semester session. In endocrine system, we always deal with the glands which without ducts. There are two types of glands, exocrine and endocrine. Exocrine glands are those who are having ducts, and endocrine glands are those who do not have ducts. And these endocrine glands produce hormones. So we'll start with the discussion with the definition of hormones. This is the chapter name, Endocrine System. This is the second semester video number 1 for class 10. Hormones. First we start with the hormones. Definition of hormone. Hormones are defined as specific organic compounds, complicated specific organic biochemical compounds, regulating the physiological activities of our body, secreted by ductless glands, that means endocrine glands, and are transported, means transported to the respective site of action, means where they will work, to that particular point. It is always away from the production gland, production site, via the bloodstream. That means hormones, those are secreted by endocrine glands, are taken away by blood to the respective organs which is away from the source. So this is the definition. I repeat, hormones are defined as specific organic compounds regulating the physiological activities of the body, secreted by ductless glands, and are transported to the respective site of action via the bloodstream, means through the blood stream. Please note down all the things that is written there. When we discuss about these hormones, we need to study it little bit details. What are the characteristics of hormones? General properties of hormones or characteristics of hormones. First point of characteristics here, hormones are secreted from the endocrine glands directly into the blood. Endocrine glands directly into the blood. Here, full stop. Here it is the reference written. Endocrine glands are ductless glands that secrete hormones. And exocrine glands, as I was telling you in the beginning, exocrine glands are glands with ducts. Example, sweat gland, salivary gland, then pancreas, liver, digestive glands in the stomach, intestine, etc. So these are all exocrine glands. But we are discussing about endocrine glands and hormones. So this is the first point. Hormones are secreted from endocrine glands directly into blood. Since they don't have duct, so they are carried out by blood. Second point, regulate the physiological process by chemical means. By means of chemical. They are chemicals, so automatically they will be controlling the enzyme system of our body. Enzyme system, that means enzyme doing the act as biocatalysts. These biocatalysts have been influenced to do their work, and they have been influenced by hormones. There is one more system which controls the body activity, physiological activity, nervous system. They control it in another way. This is the chemical way, and that one is the electrical impulses that we will discuss in the nervous system. Third point says, act on target organs away from the source. Where the gland is, the target organ somewhere else. Suppose the gland is thyroid gland situated at the base of neck, but the target organ is the whole body. So they have to be spread out. So this is the way, that means their target organs away from the source, from the gland. Number 4, hormones produced in one species show similar effect or influence on other species. That's why the process of testing is also possible. When you take hormones of one species, say human beings, and test it on rats, rabbits, etc., also show similar effects. So this is a kind of a property of these hormones. Similar effects on other species. Fifth property is produced in very small amount, but accurate. Not more, not less. That is very important. Small amount but accurate amount, quantities, and are very active. Adrenaline working almost in 1:300 million parts, but they are very active. And this accurate amount indicates another property that I will tell you. If any excess or if any deficiency of that accurate amount takes place, then there will be problems in the body. That is there in the point. Sixth point says, chemically they are different. Some of them are protein, like insulin. Some of them are amines, produced from amino acid, like adrenaline. Some of them are steroids. Steroids are actually lipids or fatty substance, oily substance. Example, testosterone. They are fat soluble substance. So they may be proteins, they may be amines, they may be steroids, different chemical nature. Seventh point says, any excess, we technically call that hypersecretion, or commonly called oversecretion, or deficiency, that is called hyposecretion or undersecretion, is having adverse effect in the body, lead to some disease. If the amount is not accurate, it is little more, then will cause some disease, and if it is little less, then also will cause the disease. So that's why in this point was telling, produced very small but accurate quantity is necessary, and the glands are doing that. And the last point says, hormones are not stored. After usage, they are excreted from the body, excreted out of the body. One very common example is pregnancy test. A female is pregnant or not can be understood by the urine test. How it is possible? Possible because a pregnant woman, the hormone that is called progesterone increases its level, secretion. And when that is happening, if she is pregnant, then that hormone, after its effect in the body, comes out through the kidney into the urine. And that's why urine test gives a positive sign for the presence of progesterone, a kind of hormone secreted by ovaries, that we will discuss later. So these are the 8 properties of hormone. Eight properties of hormones. Next we go on to the next part, that is the number of hormones that is present. Next part that we go on to, how many major endocrine glands are there in our body. How many major endocrine glands are there in our body? That I will give you. Major endocrine glands. There are many endocrine glands in our body, out of which some of them are very important. The major endocrine glands are, number 1, the major endocrine glands are thyroid gland, number 1. Number 2, parathyroid gland. Number 3, thymus gland. Number 4, adrenal gland. Number 5, pancreas. In case of this pancreas, it is actually dual gland or heterocrine gland that we'll discuss later. It is having exocrine function as well as endocrine function. And the endocrine function, the tissue is different. That's why in case of pancreas, we mentioned the cells that do the hormonal secretion. That is called islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans. This is number 1. These islets of Langerhans are group of cells present in the pancreas which is performing endocrine function, whereas general cells of pancreas performing exocrine function. Number 6, pituitary gland. And lastly, number 7, gonads. That is, gonads are testes in males and ovaries in. Out of these 7 types of glands, the ICSE board only recommend 4 endocrine glands to study. They are thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, and pituitary gland in this chapter. Pituitary gland in this chapter. Gonads, that means testes and ovaries, are studied in reproductive system. So next video I will tell you about the details of each gland. We'll start with thyroid gland. Let this video be over here. Next video I will tell you details about each gland separately. Thank you.